Hi everyone, this is Donna here. I'm here to show you a tutorial on how to make this waterfall album for Auntie Vera's Scrap and Craft, and this would be my challenge for you for the month of May, which is National Scrapbooking Day. So if you want to follow along, great. If you want to forward it a bit, go ahead, okay? Now this is what I'm going to be making, which is one of these with this kind of waterfall action. Okay, so I've done most of the prep for you. This is actually, it's not really thick, but time you add everything into it becomes quite thick. So I think that was off a cornflakes box or something. Okay, now I've cut two pieces, 8.5 inches by 4.5 inches, which is these here. Then I've cut a spine, which is 8.5 inches by 3.25 inch. Okay, so it's a spine. I've then cut the paper at 10.5 length, and that's important to know because if you've got a pattern, for an example like this, you need to know that it's 12 inches across. Though if you like that kind, that's fine too. But if I've scored that at 1 inch, you've just cut it off there, just before the score line, and then you fold it up and it gives you a nice mitered corner. Okay, just using my Tombow, and you can see this one's been used an awful lot, and it's photo safe as well, so you can use this for photos. And really you don't need tons of it, you just need a little bit. If I go to bend that now, I've done the spine, but if I go to bend that now, that could actually rip my paper. So I just go to the mark. I'm going to score down that spine area, and then when I go to bend it, it gives me a nice firm crisp spine. Okay, so you got that one. Now the next part's really easy. I've actually cut a piece of the paper from the kit, and the pocket for this here is 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. I've scored it at 1/2 inch only on two sides, measured up 3 inches on here, okay, and I've measured 2 inches from in there, and then I've put a mark there, and I've just cut from dot to dot, and you put that on this side. Where you put it, it's up to you. A full photo in here was very hard, so I've cut it down as I've done all my photos to get in this album. Now this is a crafting album, and so what I'm doing is I'm scrapping my craft projects. Okay, and as you can see, I've just gone in increments of 1/2 inches in each one here, just to give me mats. Okay, so I have here, which is my base. The base here, which is this piece here, okay, that measures 7 3/4 by 4, so it's 7 3/4 by 4. Okay, and that's my base. So what I do is simply put that on there. So I'm just going to put that all on there. Again, I'm just using my Tombow and glue, and look, it's pretty easy. I've also started, like I said, most of this so you don't have to wait forever. Okay, so that's my base mat. Now I've already cut my photos out and put on here, and I've also done my mats to put on here just to make it easier, and I'm going to show you what these mats are and how to do it. Okay, so these are, here I go with the so's again, my apologies. These here, flaps, these are the flaps. Okay, so the whole thing here is a flap. The flap is 4.5 that length, 4.5 and 4 inches wide. You score it on the 4.5 inch side, you score it at 1/2 inch. When you're doing these, I've rounded my edges, but you don't have to. I just think they look a little bit neater. But I mean, I've just rounded it, but you can do any shape. You can leave it square. You can use any punch that you want to. What I've done is that I've laid my flaps down like this, like I have here, and I want that photo on top, so I've rounded the edge, okay, down the bottom. I've left the top flat. I turn it over, and what I've done is I've rounded the corners up the top of the paper, of my mat there, of the paper, and also of my photo. So what I've simply done is I've folded that over, and I've put it down like that, and I've adhered it. So I've actually adhered this piece here, okay? So I turn it over, and I'm going to put the next piece down. And I had all these in order, but because I've been talking, that's it. So what piece I'm going to adhere is that piece. So that piece there. And this piece here now fits underneath that tab there. Can you see that? So when I lift that up, that's there. Okay? So the next one is this one. So just a bit of adhesive, and I'm going to put it under here. And I'm just going to go ahead and do all them. Okay. And I'll be quick as. I don't want to get my head in the way. Now these are my favourite projects that I've actually I've made, or that I've created. Now some of them are for Auntie Vera's Scrap and Crafts, some are for my besties, some were just because I wanted to do it, and some are because I love it. If you see anything in there that you like and you would like me to do a tutorial of, just sing out. Okay, drop me a note and let me know, and I can certainly do that. Okay, as you can see, the rounded corners are all on this side, up here at the top, and the rounded corners are all down the bottom. Now that's important to know when you have, for an example, paper or a photo that you don't want upside down. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out which is the right way here. Okay, and one more. My fingers are all gluey now. So I've got one more to go. Gee, I hope you understood all that, because gosh, I get confused myself, to be honest. So really what I'm doing is I've created just some flaps, and the most important thing is to just realise where you're going to put your corners, really. And if you don't want to, so see, so it then becomes a Waterfall scrap album. Okay, and I've scrapped all my projects that I really like. Now I made a boo-boo. I wonder if any of you can see what my boo-boo is. Okay, it was, I went and got the photos developed, and I didn't go into the actual individual photos and fix them all up, because so I thought, oh no, they'll be okay, so I printed them all off. And what happened, they all came out so big that it all came out so big, so we were all little broken crayons, and down the bottom it should said still colour. But because the photos are so big, I couldn't get them all in this album. And I was going to go and get it fixed. I thought, no, that's what scrapping's about, isn't it? It's about mistakes. That's what making projects are. It's about making mistakes. And so I've left it. And this is one of my favourite projects I did for Auntie Vera. And it didn't get the whole book in. It only got this section in, which I thought was brilliant. This is a frame I did with 3D roses, and it didn't get it all in. And this was a family frame I made for my daughter when she had a baby, Astaria. It didn't happen. It just, none of it happened, you know. Like, these are ATCs and it's a whole set. So what I did, I left it, because this is what crafting to me is all about, is mistakes, you know. So, and these here are some tags I did to go in my little pocket. Now, the interesting thing is about this, I can put as many tags in here as I want to. I can make it as fancy as I want to. I can put 20 tags and put 20 more photos. And I've just put a couple of photos on the back of this one, Live, Love, Butte. To the world you may be one person, but to me you are the world. And I just did some little photos. So I've used 2 photos up there. I've used one big one there, one big one there, and I've used 17 there. Now I'm going to do some journaling on here, and on this journaling I'm going to say what my projects were, and I'm also going to say what my favourite ones were and what I thought was good about them, that kind of thing. And I'm just going to put that in there, okay? So that's my album. But did you understand any of that? I'm going to do a photo tutorial, so don't worry, you can actually look at the photo tutorial if I don't make one bit of sense on here. Hope you join along. Look, I'm going to do another video, and the next one I'm going to be decorating this. Now, I'm going to use the kit that I received from Auntie Vera, which is all here. And I'm actually going to be doing a few little pieces that how I've actually made, for an example, a few odds and ends for this here. That wasn't in the, that's actually in the kit, but it's white. Now, how did I change that? So if you get that and maybe one of these, then that's how you change that. But I've got a little tutorial, a little photo tutorial, 3 photos that will tell you how to do it. Okay, so I hope that made sense. If not, check out the other tutorial, which is a photo tutorial. Might make more sense to you. Okay, I hope that's good for you. I will talk soon. Join in. Make one of these, show me how you made it, explain it better than I did. That would be wonderful. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.